want to develop very quickly. We want to become a first-class society, and you cannot achieve that without the relevant manpower. The essence of tertiary education is to prepare the human resource of our nation. We are pursuing excellence, we are pursuing access, equity, relevance.
Tertiary education is at the heart of the nation's power today. On the 11th of August 1948, Ghana's premier university, the University College of Gold Coast, the now University of Ghana, was established in order to foster education. Gold Coast became Ghana, and it took a real new importance in the international trade. In the next context of international community, many other universities were created, like the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, the University of Cape Coast, the University of Development Studies. In recent times, knowledge is at the center of economic and social development issues in the world, and this positions the tertiary education as an essential tool to the Mahama-led administration's transformational agenda. Currently, there are 151 tertiary institutions in Ghana, 10 public universities, 70 private universities, 10 polytechnics, 38 colleges of education, and 23 professional institutions. In all these institutions, there are about 319,659 students, made up of 206,927 university students, 54,897 polytechnic students, 40,039 colleges of education students, 11,734 professional tertiary institution students. Sector, which consists of the Ministry, the National Council for Tertiary Education, and the National Accreditation Board, continues to pursue policies towards achieving the overall goal of ensuring relevant and quality education for all Ghanaians, including the disadvantaged, to enable them to acquire skills which will make them functionally literate and productive to facilitate poverty alleviation and promote rapid socio-economic growth. Tertiary education in Ghana generally has seen a tremendous growth in quality, gender parity, and quantity. The university landscape is even more robust, with a phenomenal increase in private sector participation. Enrollment into tertiary institutions increased by 11.3% for universities, 8.9% for polytechnics, and 20.7% for colleges of education in 2014-2015 academic year. Considering the relevance of these tertiary institutions to national development for the years, the President John Dramani Mahama and his administration formed a major policy thrust at the tertiary educational level in the 2012 NDC Manifesto, which was to maintain high standards, achieve equity, and ensure relevance within the context of producing high-caliber manpower able to fit into the world of work and lead our transformational agenda. To this end, significant gains have been made in the tertiary sector, in line with our policy to establish a public university in each region. Work on the main campus of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, located at Sokode Lokoi, near Ho, has been completed and commissioned.
It is with great thanks to God, personal pleasure, and fulfillment that I stand here today to commission this beautiful campus into the service of the University of Health and Allied Sciences. Our desire is to empower our future generations to achieve great heights in their quest for academic achievement and excellence in order to facilitate the transformation of Ghana. I'm filled with great joy going back home today, knowing that together we have built a public university in the Volta region that is fit to train medical doctors, nurses, and other health professionals to take care of our health conditions and facilitate the quality of healthcare delivery. From the vision, mission, and strategic goals, it is evident that in setting up this institution, it is the intent of government to provide an avenue to train several categories of health professionals needed to promote good, healthy living of the citizens of Ghana and to provide health care to all our people. On this happy note, therefore, it gives me great pleasure to declare this campus commissioned into the service of the School of Basic and Biomedical Sciences of the University of Health and Allied Sciences.
The presence of this new University of Health and Allied Sciences has created a significant amount of both direct and indirect jobs for the community.
In 2013, when I heard of the announcement that there's a recruitment going on here, I applied, and fortunately I was picked. And there are other categories of people who also gain employment here. I may say masons, carpenters, plumbers, we have our cleaners, laborers and gardeners. But because of the rapid increase of the students and administrative staffs, they have employed some casual cleaners to assist the permanent ones. It is now that people will begin to troop in, although we've interviewed some caterers last month who will run the cafeteria and other areas where people will acquire the land, put up their own structures and operate their businesses.
During life in the senior high school, most of us dream of completing the senior high level, then moving into the health sector, just as a requisite to help or get easy access to the job market. But University of Health and Allied Sciences, properly known as UHAS, has given us a smart choice for us to work in the community to fulfill our dreams in helping, promoting and saving lives of our dear people of this nation. So we are very grateful for the establishment of this university.
In opening access to tertiary education to its prospective students, a $37.5 million information and communication technology project for the University of Ghana Distant Education Program has also been inaugurated.
The project we are inaugurating today has equipped each center with an ultra-modern computer lab, a smart classroom, a video conference facility, a backup generator, with each distance education student being provided an internet-enabled tablet preloaded with all the required study materials. The project has also installed fiber network between all the regional centers and the main Legon campus. This network will allow lectures and other teaching resources to be provided to distance education students at the various learning centers from the Legon campus.
The University of Ghana has arrived in the area of distance education using the most modern, most sophisticated facilities for that purpose. The Ghana government identifies with our aspirations, and through the Ministry of Education assisted us. We are very grateful to them for this support.
What this particular facility we are launching today does is that it allows for intake into our higher educational institutions to be expanded. Now, with these investments in distance learning education, the opportunities are limitless. And on this note, may I declare the distance education ICT project phase 2 duly inaugurated. Thank you very much.
I chose this science program for the reason that financially I can be working and then supporting myself in the program that I'm offering.
Joining this program has been great for me in person because I learned during the previous people time they were using hard copy, that is books, but during our time we were using soft copy, as in this tablet was given to us to learn on it. And on this tablet everything is on it. no need to carry many books when I'm going to lectures or to work, because distance is mainly purposely for workers. I can take it along, all my books on it. I can chat with my lecturer, email him with my other colleagues, making learning easier for me. And so to me, distance education has been good, and I think this new system has been good too, and it is improving our learning skills.
The Pioneer University in Ghana, the University of Ghana, Legon, is again being provided a new teaching hospital. This ultra-modern teaching hospital is to serve as the teaching hospital for the Legon Medical School, and is nearing completion. It's expected to be operational late 2016. In advancing teaching and learning, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST, is also being provided an ultra-modern central laboratory equipped with cutting-edge equipment.
There's a laboratory for the whole school. Most often people have traveled to go and use the NMR, the UV, and then the GCs and other instruments. By the grace of God, we have those instruments around to guide them to do it. It's a very complex instrument, but very helpful.
Ultra-modern petroleum engineering labs equipped with drill simulators and other state-of-the-art equipment.
We were doing teaching of students for over 10 years, and we didn't have any laboratory equipment. We are trying to use theoretical means and approaches to teach. We are now having the state-of-the-art laboratory equipment, which in West Africa will be the topmost. Our students are very motivated. We have been able to transform the way we teach our students. I want to, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor and the Provost and the Department, to thank the Government of Ghana for this donation, which has really enhanced our teaching.
A new KNUST teaching hospital under construction to house the School of Dentistry.
For quite a while now, students of the medical school have been going to Konfanoche teaching hospital to have their practicals, from 4th year to 6th year, and you can see how stressful this is for the students, since they have to kind of go to two different schools in the same period of time. I have a feeling I wouldn't be here by the time it's complete, but I believe the posterity is going to really benefit.
And I think it's a really good idea that the university authorities have decided to build this new teaching hospital for us on campus, because it will make it a lot easier for us to get to the hospital and back. We'll be able to integrate the practicals in with our theory studies, and I think it would result in a better medical education.
A new veterinary hospital under construction, which when completed will be the most advanced in West Africa.
Up to about 70% of all diseases that affect humans actually come from animals. Practical and hands-on training is very, very crucial in the training of veterinary surgeons. An acquisition of our own teaching hospital will go a long way in helping us train adequately prepared veterinary surgeons, and that is going to make the school that has been set up in the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology a complete school of veterinary medicine. It's a state-of-the-art teaching hospital. There is none of its status and complexity in the whole of West, East, North Africa. We're going to get international students from all over the African sub-region coming to Ghana to train. It's going to add up, together with the manpower and together with the resources that we have, faculty and otherwise, it's going to make in the School of Veterinary Medicine in its entirety one of the biggest in the whole area.
The University of Energy and Natural Resources in the Bonahafu region, established on December 2011, is also benefiting with the provision of a modern library, ICT complex, laboratory complex.
We have just 3 computers set up for electronic purposes, and this is because of space. We can't get more. As our expectations so far is that when we move into a new place, a new library, we're going to get more books, 10,000 and over, to cover all the programs we are running in the university. There are about 80 computers which are ready to be installed for users to use to access their information electronically.
New classroom blocks with offices that are underway.
We are indeed grateful to the people of Ghana and very grateful to the government for all that he has done. The second one goes to Get Fund. We have been given a special place in the Get Fund allocations, and we have the people of Get Fund supporting us, especially by providing scholarships for our capacity building for staff in the university.
Government's pledge to establish a new public university in the Eastern region, the University of Environment and Sustainable Development, to complete the NDC's vision of providing a public university campus in every region of the country, is very much on course. Parliament has passed the bill and government had made provision for funding for the construction works to begin under the 2015 budget, while the Presidential Committee develops the curriculum of the university. Preparatory works for the construction of the main campus for the university will commence this year. Realizing the importance of research to the socio-economic development of the country, the ministry has initiated the establishment of Tertiary Education Research Fund, which replaces the book and research allowance. In this research fund, all lecturers and members of faculty could access for effective research. The President, John Mahama, and his administration has also embarked on a radical program aimed at rebranding polytechnics into degree-awarding technical universities.
During the launch of the NDC manifesto for the 2012 election, I announced that to strengthen the supply of skilled middle-level manpower and to resolve the controversy of the placement and academic progression, we would, in my first term of office, convert our polytechnics into technical universities.
In preparation for the conversion, government will scale up interventions in the nation's polytechnics, including a rigorous staff development program, expanding infrastructure to enable them offer their newly assigned mandates.
As a government, we have come very far with the process leading to the conversion of our polytechnics into technical universities. Beginning today, and in the academic year starting 2016-2017, 6 of our polytechnics and maybe another 2, depending on what happens, will become fully fledged technical universities. And for the polytechnics that did not meet the criteria of the experts panel, government is going to undertake a crash infrastructure and faculty development course in order that they can be converted as soon as possible. I declare the historic conversion of polytechnics into technical universities, which takes off in the 2016-2017 academic year, duly launched.
We want this to have an impact on the industrialization of our economy, to add value to our resources, and to stop importing highly skilled labor. A constant collaboration between industry and education training institutions is institutionalized to ensure that skills graduates acquire in school match the prevailing industrial skills needs.
A strategic thrust of the ministry seeks to make education relevant to the needs of industry and the world of work by encouraging many interventions and many strategies.
In the belief that tertiary students can be relevant contributors to the formulations of educational policies geared the institutions, the Ministry of Education, in collaboration with student leaders and the management of tertiary institutions, has institutionalized the Campus Connect to strengthen relations between government and the student body. Campus Connect will, however, aim at direct on-campus interaction with all students.
This evening, as I said, is a unique one, where a platform is created for the Ministry of Education and other stakeholders within government to have an interaction with our students.
During the engagements, government officials including ministers of state, the GET Fund administrator, officials of the Student Loan Trust Fund, National Service Scheme, National Accreditation Board, National Council for Tertiary Education, Scholarship Secretariat, National Youth Authority, Youth Employment Agency, Youth Enterprise Support, amongst others, will interact with students, placing emphasis on policies and programs that directly affect students. It's also been agreed that priority will be given to questions, concerns and contributions of students. Government is also instituting the necessary legal framework to make colleges of education operate as tertiary institutions. In this light, facilities at the colleges are being upgraded to meet the needs of their improved mandates. Salaries for training college management staff are also expected to rise, given the fact that higher qualifications are now needed to assume management positions in line with their tertiary status. In transforming teacher education and learning in Ghana is a 4-year government program to support the implementation of a new policy framework for pre-tertiary teacher professional development and management. A transforming teacher education and learning program, TTEL, seeks to transform the delivery of pre-service teacher education in Ghana by improving the quality of teaching and learning in relevant national bodies, institutions, and all 38 colleges of education. The ministry is also committed to achieving the 60-40 target for sciences and humanities at the tertiary level in the next decade. To achieve this, a number of interventions have been initiated at the basic level to improve the teaching and learning in mathematics and science. They include equipping teacher training institutions with requisite science laboratories and resources to train 20,000 teachers to improve the teaching of mathematics and science at the basic schools, promoting technology and innovation in order to accelerate economic growth in Africa. We aim to bring organizations together to increase capacity and skills for the benefit of teacher training in Ghana. In the 2013-2014 academic year, government replaced the training allowances with the option to access student loan from the Student Loan Trust Fund to ensure equity in the tertiary sector. It was also meant to raise the number of trained teachers for a growing population, address the trained teacher deficit, and enhance the image of teaching as a preferred profession, and have students enroll in the colleges of education because they choose to be there. The training colleges admitted students based on government allocated quota of trainee allowances, resulting in limited intake despite availability of facilities for more student teachers. Therefore, the removal of the quota system meant that colleges of education that had capacity would increase their intake. New statistics available at the Ministry of Education indicates that since the recent introduction of the Students' Loan Trust Fund in 2014, over 4,100 teacher trainees have since applied to the Students' Loan Trust Fund and are receiving loans ranging from 600 Ghana cedis to 1,300 Ghana cedis. Indeed, the intention of government is yielding the right results, and in the past year, colleges of education have increased their intake of 83%. Government would then spend more of what it saves with the withdrawal of the allowances on infrastructure and provide more ICT facilities and laboratories in these training colleges to assume the said tertiary institution status. The Students' Loan Trust Fund has for the past 9 years been responsible for the management of student loans across the country. Since its inception, a total of 76,000 beneficiaries from 117 public and private tertiary institutions have been given loans. Access to the loans has increased tremendously as a result of measures to reduce cumbersome and bureaucratic procedures in accessing the loan.
A lot has taken place to improve accessing the loans. We know that our clients are very IT friendly. They love to play around the internet, and so we have taken the application procedure to them online. So for those who have the infrastructure to do an online application, we are happy to work with that. And for the schools that are in locations that have difficult internet infrastructure, we would still do the paper application. Another very innovative tool that we have deployed to improve access in the way we do business is the issue of guarantors. Guarantor is a big barrier to accessing the loan for many people. In the past, it used to only be a SNIT guarantor that could guarantee for students. Currently, as we speak, several levels of guarantors are possible. You can use a SNIT guarantor, and in that case, we have actually reduced the duration from 5 years minimum working to a 3-year minimum working. If you have 6 children and you are a SNIT contributor who qualifies, you can guarantee for all your children. We are also working closely with the district assemblies. Many metropolitan and district assemblies have put in place structures together with the fund to enable them guarantee for beneficiaries from their districts. Again, another very important group that has come on board in guaranteeing student loan are the religious bodies.
Under the Council for Technical and Vocational Education and Training (COTVET) Skills Development Fund, more than 150 million Ghana cedis in grants have been provided to 510 grantees made up of institutions, businesses and associations to develop skills and promote technical and vocational training.
The Skills Development Fund is nothing but a fund. It is by nature a challenge fund. By that, what I mean is that anybody, be you an individual or an institution that has a need for skills training or technology adoption, which will bring about competitiveness, will bring about innovation, will bring about income increase, can apply to the Skills Development Fund, which is managed by COTVET.
Some of the beneficiaries have a Ghana Rise Interprofessional Body.
The Ghana Rise Interprofessional Body is a value chain organization, and its main objective is to build a vibrant local rice industry
when we had the funds, we realized that we had to train a core group of farmers in the SRI, and from there we set up demonstration plots across the country, and these demonstration plots were used as vivid demonstrations of what SRI can do, or the system of rice certification, compared to the traditional broadcasting of rice. We are very, very happy with the results that this SRI, which is the system of rice intensification, is yielding. It assures us of quality rice, which already we are seeing on the market. You can see that the Ghana rice quality is actually improving. Not only rice, it is supported tilapia, pineapple, and the like. At times, you may not see the impact immediately, but gradually, when people start building on taking those skills, they will all have codwet the next year to thank.
We're doing this keeping in mind that, you see, our enterprises in Ghana should rise above just seeing themselves as entities playing within this small marketplace in the district or the regional level. They should see themselves competing globally.
In line with government's commitment to bring standardization to the informal TVET sector, the Council for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, COTVET, is rolling out a program to access and certify informal artisans.
Standardization is an essential part of making sure that things work towards the best practice that is required to push any nation forward. So working with the players in this industry, we help them to generate occupational standards. These are then, worked on and then turned into the various curricula that training institutions, regardless of whether they are operating in the formal sector or the informal sector, use in training people. There must be a linkage such that both industry and training work together, and that's to advance the cause of our TVET. That is the only way we can produce to meet the international market and generate the necessary foreign exchange. And I believe that it will contribute largely to the growth of this economy.
By the implementations of policies and projects to Ghana's tertiary education landscape as this, and enabling favorable environments in education, has kept adequate standards in the nation's tertiary education and hence attracted international investments. Foreign institutions continue to establish their campus in Ghana, adding to our capacity the nation's tertiary education. The tertiary sector continues to attract foreign attention, and significantly, international students continue to pursue their training and education in our institutions under the trust of the high standards at which we continue to uphold in our tertiary institutions. There are 10,398 international students from about 60 different countries pursuing their tertiary education here in our institutions. The implementation of these vital policies and projects has been prioritized and had adequately been budgeted for the tertiary sector.
The government has been investing heavily in the sector. In every institution you go to, you see a Get Fund project, you see a Ministry of Education intervention. Already we are doing very well. We are receiving a lot of acclaim. So we are breaking new ground. We are making sure that we modernize higher education in this country so that we can be able to achieve that highly qualified manpower, well equipped to be able to confront the challenges of the 21st century.
And these investments in the sector indeed reveals the President John Dramani Mahama and his administration's understanding that education remains the surest path to victory over ignorance, poverty, and inequality. He continues his legacy of changing lives and transforming Ghana.